All right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Citi TV at our Tesano Studios on number 5 Owula Hansen Lane. Now, we're going to go into our community development stories, and today we'll be talking about something that I think is so critical for us as Ghanaians to focus on: helping the less privileged, helping those who, through no fault of theirs, have hit upon hard times, the support of parents and parentage, that we often take for granted. I mean, I know I'm guilty of that, where you've had your parents all your life. They're still alive. My parents are still alive. And Chris, I don't know if you understand where I'm going with this, but it's easy to take it for granted,
exactly.
That both parents are alive, and you don't have any challenges.
True.
You've never been through that experience where you're living without one parent because they are no longer alive, what that must feel like. And then you have both parents gone.
Sometimes I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about losing one parent because like as we grow older, obviously it's inevitable.
Yeah.
One of those things will happen.
Yeah.
So sometimes I sit and I think of it and
Yeah.
I'm like, no, just take this thought out from my head. I don't know how I am going to feel.
Yeah.
Talk less of people who don't have parents at all, who have never known any parent. It must be hard for them. And like you said, it's something that we need to make efforts to take serious.
I agree with you. And Bible tells us in the Epistle of James that our religion as believers is to take care of the orphans and the widows. Now, the Easter Orphan Project is something that we've embarked on since 2005 here at Citi. Citi FM, of course, originally, and then later with Citi TV. It's something that we've taken very, very seriously. And we began the whole thing with BASCO. BASCO is the Baptist, orphanage school and orphanage complex in Troto, in Suhum, just outside Suhum. Now, the experience for me the first time I went there was very emotional, to say the least. And the whole thought of for somebody to, the Reverend Minister who's there, who looks after them there, he's the one who started the whole thing. He went there as a missionary, and then he was like, they are so, he couldn't help it but say, look, I need to do something more than just preach to them. I need to educate them. I need to look after them as a parent, And so that's how the whole thing began. But we, of course, with Samans and the leadership at the time, felt it was important for us to do something as a station. And so 20 years, almost 18 years down the road, we went back again this time and said, we've committed to this. But it's a bigger dream and a bigger vision to commit across the country. We're going to bring you different reports from across the country. But we'll start with, one of the reports. Take a look at this. We'll come back and we'll delve into some conversations around what you're going to look at.
The Foundation has over the years embarked on a number of humanitarian projects that have improved the livelihoods of many. The foundation every Easter holds the Easter Orphan Project, where a number of orphanages across the country are selected to benefit from cash and material donations, among others. One of such beneficiaries is Richard Kofi, who was once a student of the Baptist School Complex Orphanage BASCO at Troto, near Suhum in the eastern region of Ghana, and is currently the administrator for the orphanage.
17 years ago, I was also sitting in this same chair. To welcome Citi FM, being my first time as a student of this orphanage. And as a beneficiary, I understand what it means when we say Citi FM is coming to BASCO. Your coming over the years has brought a lot of blessings. And we can't write the story of BASCO without mentioning how vital Citi FM has been to BASCO.
For the past 15 years, The Citi FM Foundation, under the Easter Orphan Project, has embarked on several projects at the Baptist School Complex Orphanage, including the construction of a 30-bed girls' dormitory, 2 boreholes, and the provision of solar panels to address their power needs. During a visit on Easter Monday to celebrate with the children and staff of BASCO, the foundation got to know how important its annual donations have helped shape lives of children at the orphanage.
This is the old girls' dormitory. This is where all the girls were sleeping before Citi FM put out this wonderful edifice for us. And it was such a blessing that I think this edifice was put up within 3 or 4 months. And even that, it was the rain, the rain, but it was so wonderful. It was so wonderful. And so we can have some of the caretakers staying close to the girls and to be able to monitor them and take good care of them. So the place is such a great blessing. So they only get up from their rooms, enter their washroom, bath without fetching any bucket of water again, and then they are good to go. It really makes things so easy for us.
It was indeed a day well spent with some children at BASCO. The foundation donated food items, educational materials, and an amount of 30,000 Ghana cedis to the orphanage. The head of events and partnerships at Citi FM and Citi TV, Frema Adunyame, indicated that the gesture will go a long way to lessen the burden of managing the facility.
So we present these items to you, and we believe that they will go a long way to lessen the burden on you as you manage the facility and take care of the amazing children you have here.
Thank you, Citi FM and Citi TV, and all your listeners and viewers. This year being the 17th year whereby you pass through this unconstructed road and came here to donate to this school and to see that the school match with other schools in the country. We can say now we have all these people helping, doing very well in the society, that they are not going to be liability to the society, but they are going to also help and give their best to society. Citi FM, I always say that your coming here has opened the place. And even when you are not here, people come here in your name. And that alone is a blessing unto this facility.
The director of the Baptist School Complex Orphanage, Reverend Victor Ofori Amwa, however, pledged to use the donated items judiciously.
Our listeners and our viewers have asked us to do a work for them. So on behalf of the management, the managing director, all the staff of Citi FM, Citi TV, we also present to you this 30,000 Ghana cedis. They are asking you to utilize it very well for the kids, and what they have seen is why they are giving you this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I say, God richly bless you. We will use it judiciously to help these kids, and it will be benefit for the nation. God richly bless you.
The children at the orphanage after the donation were treated to good music, food, and other goodies to make the Easter celebration an unforgettable one for them. Fun activities, including a drama on the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, was acted out.
All right, so there we have it. That happened yesterday at the Basco orphanage. Now, of course, you can see the kids had a lot of fun there. Musical chairs. As I was watching, I was just thinking to myself, how often does this happen in a whole year? How often do they have this much fun in a whole year? Of course, kids learn by playing, they learn by interacting, and all of those kinds of things that they go through. And this experience for them must be something that just brightens up their day and their week and the month for them and all of that.
I'm actually really, really excited for them, and I want to say a very big congratulations to everyone that participated, and especially the staff of Citi, for being there for them, because it actually gives them some kind of emotional support, letting them know that there are people out there that care for you, and which is very important.
And you keep coming back.
Yeah, and you keep coming back.
Yeah, year after year.
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder about those that run the place, especially the Reverend Minister who started it all, what he goes through, that year after year, Citi is back again, and Citi is back again. And he said it, there's 17 years and counting. We've been going back every time. I want to say a big thank you to, let me mention some of our sponsors, Wilma, to Access Bank, to Belacqua, Interplast, Dano, Coca-Cola, to Bell Beverages, Voltic, to Golden Exotics, to Freight Consults, among others as well. Thank you so much for making this a reality. Without you, it's not possible. We can come up with the idea and everything else, but we need those of you who are watching and those of you who have the financial muscle to support, to make sure that it actually happens and becomes a reality. I enjoyed the skit by the kids there as Christ was being crucified.
Right.
Yeah. So that was good. But let's go over to Kumasi. So this one was at Basco in Suhum. Let's go over to Kumasi and see what happened there.
In the Ashanti region, the team donated 20,000 Ghana cedis to the King Jesus Charity Home at Bwedi. The children were also treated to good entertainment by staff of Citi FM and Citi TV. The administrator for the Citi FM and Citi TV office in Kumasi expressed gratitude to listeners and viewers of the media house for their kind donations.
I think this is a very, good and great initiative of Citi FM and Citi TV. For me, I'm excited, coming around to see the kids happy. We are dancing, we are eating here and there. It takes a lot of effort to put together something like this. And what really, really excites me is we are not just doing it in Kumasi. We are doing it across board. So on behalf of Citi FM and Citi TV, we would like to say a very big thank you to all our donors, our sponsors, our listeners. Without you, we can't put up such a great initiative. We thank you, and we hope that next year, this time, we'll do it even bigger and much, much better.
The director of the King Jesus Charity Home, who was excited about the donation, appealed for more support from benevolent organizations.
I'm very happy for your donation. We have received a lot of things, items, like rice, oil, tea roll, soap, books, things that I cannot mention. You can see it from here. Yes, it's a lot of things, and we are very, very happy for that. It's going to help us, because at this moment of time, it's very hard for people to attend with this such of donation. So as the Citi TV and FM are doing, you are doing a very good job.
All right, so there you have it at the King Jesus Charity Orphanage in Bwedi, Kumasi. Yeah, so you can see it's a reality. What we spoke about and what our intentions were we actually were able to carry it out, you know, through the kind donations of so many of you that gave. You sent Momo in, you sent checks in, you sent items, you know, things that they can eat, things that they can use to take care of themselves, the toiletries, etc., all of that. And so the King Jesus Charity Home in Kumasi is grateful to you as well.
Right. And then we also have another report from Tamale at the Tamale's Children's Home. Nyoni, watch this.
In the northern region, the Tamale Children's Home received 10,000 Ghana cedis from the Citi FM Foundation.
On behalf of Citi FM Foundation, our listeners, our viewers, we present these items to you to run the home. And we are also presenting a cash of 10,000 cedis to manage the orphanage. We understand the challenges here. And this donation is part of the Easter Orphan Project, an initiative of Citi FM Foundation. It's an annual event. We do it in selected orphanages across the country. This is the first time we are doing it in the northern region. And Nyoani Children's Home, or Tamale Children's Home, is also the first time we are here to present these items to you. And we hope that these items will really be used for the children.
We want to thank Citi FM and Citi TV as well. In fact, we are most grateful today. We have a fund, as you can see. We are so happy. This is our first time of seeing a greater happiness like this, though they come every year to celebrate with us, but not like this. So we are so happy, and we say, may God bless Citi FM and Citi TV. May God bless you and lift their works higher and higher, so that the project people have started, may it increase and go the whole wide world. Thank you so much. We are so grateful this morning. God bless you all. And please, let me also add this. I think they are giving out a cash of 10,000, but we'll be much happy if they can use it and rewire our place and paint it up for us. We'll be very much grateful.
Like their counterparts in Choto and Bwedi, a party was held for the children, and assorted food items, soaps, books, and other items were also donated. The children participated in activities such as dancing competition and musical chairs. The children in Tamale, who were grateful for the gesture, couldn't hide their joy.
God bless you, amen, and give you long life, prosperity, and good health, amen.
Amen. Okay, what do you have to say to Citi TV and Citi FM and our viewers and listeners?
God bless you, amen, and give you long life, prosperity, and give you, amen.
The Eastern Orphan Project is made possible every year due to the kind donations from viewers and listeners of Citi FM and Citi TV.
Was it from Tamale? It was very, very touching to watch. And like the kids said, God bless everyone at Citi TV and Citi FM for, you know, doing this. What did you think, Kweku?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was looking at the three different, you know, experiences. The children in Tamale were not any less, should I say, entertained and treated with the experience of the people in Basco. It wasn't any different, you know. The kind of enjoyment that they had and the experience that they had. You know, you could feel it, that they were happy that somebody had thought about them at this time. Now, we've been joined in the studio by our colleague and the head of events and partnership, Frema Adunyame, and she's going to help us to, you know, get into this whole Easter Orphan Project conversation a little deeper. Frema.
Good morning.
How are you?
Morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's good to have you here as a guest.
Yeah, it feels weird. I don't even know how to position myself as a guest, but it's nice to be a guest.
Yeah.
Wow. All the pampering, having Helen call me and say, are you here? I said, yeah, but it's left with the coffee. Yeah, so of course I'm waiting for it.
You're waiting for
Chris,
it?
I'm waiting for it.
You're waiting for the coffee?
Yeah.
No, the producers have heard.
Producers
No, they've heard.
Yeah,
no, they also heard. They heard as we heard.
Right.
So talk to us about the Easter Orphan Project. As a project itself, of course, for me, I feel that this is something that has been done for so many years.
Yeah.
It's a laudable thing. I keep referencing James chapter 1, verse 27, that the Bible talks about and says that it's a pure religion that we should be practicing is taking care of the widows and the orphans, you know. And I keep referencing that because for me, I think that there's Christians especially can easily be drawn into religiosity that is almost obscene and annoying and irrelevant, you know. But there's work to be done. There are people to be taken care of, you know. And for me, I want to hear from you what your thoughts are on the experience that the reasons why we're doing what we're doing and what happened yesterday.
Right, thank you, David. And so you realize that what a lot of media houses would ordinarily do is to sell certain slots on the airwaves to maybe a church, to a pastor, to come do their own thing, and they go. But the difference between such outfits and Citi is the fact that for us, we own some of these spaces, and so we have station programs, and events that really would preach what we want to tell people. We believe in walking some of our talks, and if not all. And so you realize that on a normal media station, you will find maybe let's say Cedar Mountain come and buy airtime at dawn to come and preach, to come and do their own thing. We'll be sleeping by then because it is their slot. Exactly. But you realize that at Citi, we own that space, people to pray. And you associating yourself with a church means that you believe in what they are doing. It resonate with your brand and your beliefs. And so you say that, yes, we don't mind people coming to preach. Now, we want to say that we are the ones preaching. We are the ones praying. We are the ones. And so if we call you to join us to do something, we believe in it and we are doing it ourselves. And so when we tell people that come donate, it's not an issue of, well, there are some people in society who need help. And so if you can, go and do it. We commit ourselves. And so we have some members of staff who would even donate. People send their monies because they believe in the cause. And so we call on other people to join us to do this. And that is why we will all gather for family consecration. We'll all gather for seasons of prayer because we are doing it. Join us to do it. This is the call. Because we consider ourselves as Christians, as Muslims, who, believe in some of these principles. Give, it will come back to you in good measure. The Bible also says that it is our responsibility to take care of the needy in society. You are not just a signboard, directing people to do stuff.
To go and do things.
Move. Because when you see a church signboard, it is just stationed at one place.
And it will be there for 30 years.
That thing
never involved in the service.
Exactly. But we say that we are more than just a billboard. And so we call you and move with you to do these things. And that is why over the years, for the past 17 years, we've seen it as a commitment to go to these orphanages to help in our own small way the best way we can. And we say a very big thank you to our viewers, our listeners. Over the years, they have believed in this call, you know, and they always support, they always join. In fact, there are times that we've had some of the people join us to the orphanages. Yesterday wasn't any different, you know. We had some of the donors join us all the way to Basco. And I think that is also a great...
You know, I didn't realize that. So as you're saying it now what my friend of mine sent me a text yesterday. She's doing some missionary work with her husband somewhere in the West African country, you know. And she said, I have joined Citi to Basco before. Oh. Listen, I read it and I didn't react. I didn't engage. I just said a smiling emoji because I didn't understand that actually what you're saying is something that has happened, and not now, but has always happened. Viewers, listeners, they join us to also go and you know, see what's happening.
You know, sometimes people want to really do something, but they have no idea how they can achieve that. About it, and so when a credible outfit is embarking on such a journey, they believe this is the right time for me to join in and also to share in what I can offer society. And so, yes, I mean, yesterday we had the Rainbow Trust Foundation join us. We had the Golden, I've forgotten the full name, but
Golden Exotics?
Golden Exotics came in, you know, with boxes of banana. And these are of international quality, you know, because they are products
Golden
that they
Exotics
export.
Is a huge exporter,
you know, and it was so great, and it was such a delight, you know, to have some of these donors join us, you know, in their own vehicles, come all the way. You know, you get to Trotol, there are certain portions of the road, you know, that OJ's car can't go.
I mean, I've driven there before myself, so I know.
So you have to park somewhere, and then the 4 wheels will come and transport you. But these guys called, they came on Breakfast Daily, you know, to do their donations. They followed us all the way to Trotol. We had the Golden Exotic guys also come in. I mean, when the children see things like this, you know, it goes a long way to give them some form of hope that people really care about us. And so for us, it's not just about gathering stuff and just go dump it, you know, on them and all that. But
which is an easy thing to do.
Exactly.
You know, because it's almost like we've done 90% of the work anyway, you know, so here, collect, and we are out, you know. But to also say we're going the extra mile to say that we actually care more than just to give. Let's spend time with you, you know.
And the period we do this is also very key.
Easter.
You know, at Easter time. This is a period where you will think of spending time with your family. But really, who is family? You know, family is not just about you and your children.
Question. Who is family?
Exactly. You know, it's not just people you are related by blood. And sometimes, look, some of these people have had bonds with other people, and it's because of such initiatives, such programs. So we go there. I mean, the chief of the community is an old student of Basco.
Richard, chief of the community.
Yes, he was there yesterday. Last year he was there. Richard himself is a great testimony from Basco.
That's the administrator.
You know, the administrator. And some 17 years ago, when we started going to Basco, he was a student who did not know how far he was going to get in life. But today, because of support like from projects like Easter Orphan Project, he has been able to go through his education and come back to the orphanage to be a blessing to the younger ones. And so you realize that this is really God's call, you know, on us to do the needful. Because you realize that, okay, so they say we should come and donate. You came to donate. How would the things even get to the people?
True.
You know, who is monitoring what is happening to them? Beyond just giving them bags of gari and bags of sugar, who is really imparting knowledge on them? And so when we get there, we break into mentorship sessions, you know, just to have some kind of interaction with the children over there. Don't forget that some of these guys are teenagers, some of them are young people who would genuinely have like serious questions, you know, real life questions they would want to ask. Sometimes it's very difficult talking to your teacher or your administrator because you know they are there with you. If the communication doesn't really go well, you don't know how they're going to see you moving on.
I can imagine.
And so you hold back, you know.
Yeah, but talking about the mentorship, how was the response from them?
Amazing. Amazing. And you realize that these children are very intelligent, they are very smart, and they really would want to communicate, you know. And you see the excitement and the joy on their faces when we break for the mentorship sessions, and the fact that everyone in there wants to be part of it. You know, yesterday we had a pure call, we had Magdalene, we had Vivian, we had Joyce, you know, from Rainbow Trust. We had some awesome Beverly in London, you know, all coming in to take classes during the mentorship sessions. And it's exciting, you know, and I think that you don't probably find, I don't know what goes on in most of the orphanages in the country, but I can boldly say that Basco is of a difference because of what Citi has been going there to do. Likewise, King Jesus in Kumasi and the Tamale Children's Home, you know, and they talk about this. They say it that since Citi started coming there, is open up Basco, you know, to other donors who would come in because they believe that per the association with a credible outfit like Citi, then you probably might be doing something right. And so throughout the year, we have people coming in to support and to donate things to them.
Speaking of King Jesus Charity Home in Kumasi, we've been joined on the line by Edward Mafo, who is the Bureau Chief for the Middle Belt. Edward, good morning.
David.
Hello, Edward.
Hello, good morning, David.
How are you doing this morning?
David, I'm well. I hope you're fine too.
Very well, thank you. Now, talk to us about yesterday's experience, the Easter Orphan Project in Kumasi.
Yeah, so, David, yesterday we were at the King Jesus Charity Home at Bweti in the Ashanti region, and it was so exciting. And for these persons at the orphanage, they're saying that even within the Easter period, the place has been very slow. They have not received that kind of support like we're giving to them. And it was also exciting because of the kind of activities that we lined up for them. So there were dancing competitions, there were pick and act and all that, and it brought joy. And we also made that kind of conscious effort to interact with the kids. In fact, some of them too are adults now. And you get to know that some of these things that go in there to support them in various forms, it really puts that kind of smile on their faces, and there's that kind of lasting kind of impression that it gives them. And so it's something special to them. And even with the magnitude, last year we were at the same place. We supported them with various items, also gave them an amount of 20,000, and this year we repeated that. And so it's something that they're saying that they don't really get these kind of support as the magnitude that was given them. And so it's so special for them. And so if I should run you through some of the items that we gave them, where were sorted food items, we gave them educational materials, there were sanitary materials, toiletries, and a whole lot of things that we gave them. And on top of that, we presented an amount of 20,000 Ghana cedis to them to help with the running of the facility. And this is something that they were so excited about. And with the people that we interacted with, the persons who are there, but some of them were telling us that they struggle with some of these things, getting food and getting money to take care of some of these things. And even the management confirmed to us that it becomes so difficult in running the facility. And so once you get that support, then it really helps them for a very long time. And so for yesterday, it was so excited, it was all smiles for the people. And since it's also the second time we've been to the place, and the people were so happy, and they were expressing their excitement as to the listeners and the viewers.
All right. So, Edward, the experience seems to have been a very fulfilling one for the both the staff and the students, the orphans who are there. Were there specific needs that you heard about that you felt that it's an area that we could be looking at in subsequent visits?
Yes, so David, now with the King Jesus Charity Home, they have 3 places where the persons, that the orphans are supposed to stay. And so they have 3 places. And so with the first place where the facility started, last year when we visited the facility, we realized that the building was not really in a good shape. And so this time around, during our visit, we realized that the management has collapsed that part of the facility. They've collapsed it and they're trying to reconstruct. And so that is the biggest challenge for them now. So how to come up with the resources to help reconstruct that. And so they're saying that because of that, they have to put many of these kids in one room and all that. And so because it becomes really difficult. So they are hoping that if listeners, viewers, or any form of support will come in any form to help them complete that structure that they have collapsed, it will really help the persons over there.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Edward, for speaking to us this morning. All right, so that was our colleague Edward Opon Mafo there at the King Jesus Charity Home in Bwedi, Kumasi. Yeah, so Frema, you heard Edward talking about their experience, in Kumasi. For me, the fact that we can even say we can't, even though the management and managers will not be there, we're still going to let items and money and support go to them. You know, I think that's really, really amazing.
Of course, I mean, Citi is Citi. You know, wherever you find yourself, I mean, whoever is coming, you know, it is Citi. And for us, that's the most important thing. And so, I mean, it is also the reason why, you know, for the kind of things we do here, it's not about individuals. You know, it is about the collective, you know, resource we have in terms of personnel. It's all about, so you probably won't even find Samens, you know, being present. You won't find Bernard, you won't find David, you won't find Chris. But we know that Citi is there, the spirit is there, the style is there, how we do our things is there. And let me also state that the fact that you probably might not see management there does not mean management is not there.
Exactly.
You get it. Everything that is being done on the ground, whether you physically see them or not, they are very much aware. We know everything that is happening. I mean, up to the minute tracking and monitoring of everything. I mean, you guys know how it's done. You know? So we are there. You probably might not see them physically, but we are very present, and that is why you will see. So when you look at all the activities that were done in the various orphanages, you realize that
similar.
were the same. Whatever was happening in Kumasi was happening at Basco, was happening in Tamale, Pick and Act, all those things. All these things, because we all sit down and then plan. But there's only one Easter Monday. We can't go to Suhum and finish and go to Tamale and finish and go to Kumasi. And so we have to split, you know. And that is also to say that wherever you are, Citi is very close to you. And so when there are issues, when there are concerns, we are just a phone call away, because every region in Ghana, we have our presence. And that is how come, someone has actually asked me that, how come, you know, Citi during CNR, you have reports from all over the country? And we said, yes, because we are physically all over in the various country. Localities. And so that is what it is, you know. Even when you see a microphone, it stands for all of us. And that is why everything that we do, we are very meticulous with it. We are very particular. We really will go through, think through it, you know, dissect it before we come out to say something, because we know that it's not just about management, it's not just about a few people, it's about Team Citi. And wherever you find us, it means that Citi in its entirety is present.
Fantastic. Listen, we're going to continue the conversations, but we'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back, and there's more to come. We're still going to go to Tamale.
Welcome back, and it's still Breakfast Daily, and we are still here live from Citi TV. So we're having a conversation about the, you know, orphanage visit, and Frema, you've said a lot, but I just wanted to ask, how was it preparing for this, knowing that you were going to visit 3 orphanages?
You know, preparations always would require your attention, would require, you know, communicating with the various orphanages, also trying to mobilize all the goods that people will send to you. You know, sometimes you have to pick them up from wherever they are. Some of them would also bring them. You know, some of them would probably have to come on air to talk about it. So it's no different from preparing for any other event, you know. And the fact that this time around you are also traveling, so it means that it requires a lot of, you know, preparations and all that. But you look at the ultimate goal, and that motivates you, that keeps you going, because you know that, okay, at the end of the day, we are going to spend time with the children at these orphanages. And personally, I really look forward to Easter Orphan Project, because I feel, you know, all this while we are very busy, I mean, taking care of ourselves, doing stuff for our families, immediate families, people we know, people we love. When it comes to our other events, you know, Heritage Caravan, Back to Village Food Bazaar, we are doing stuff for people who can afford, people who can, you know, pay their monies and all that. But when you talk of Easter Orphan Project and Help a Christmas Child, these are programs that people really,
all they can say is thank you.
All they can say is thank you.
Right.
They can't help themselves in any way. You know, they are there because they need the help. And so it comes to me as very fulfilling and an opportunity to really give back to society. I mean, giving back as in giving back, you know. Sometimes when...
And it's going to the right people.
Absolutely. You know, if I do a favor to you, I know that at some point you'd also do something for me. If I do it for you, I know that, okay, I'm fixing coffee for David, but I know that if David orders wache, I will eat.
Right.
You know. But these children, you know that they will not give back to you in any way, shape or form. Not because they don't want to, but because they can't afford to. You know, so you give them something, all they can do is thank you, God bless you. And that thank you, God bless you is what we really need.
A million miles.
Yes.
Right. So, and earlier on, you also talked about how Citi does their things. You will know it's Citi's. Management doesn't need to be there, but management is there. But, and obviously we know that, you know, we have people from Citi that actually attended this. What was their reaction like? Because I'm sure some of them, it was their first time. What was their reaction like?
Yesterday, for instance, when we got to Basco, I saw Bevelyn all over the place. She was so excited. You know, Bevelyn had a support from Comfort. And so I think that she understands what it means to support people. You know, so she was very excited, very bubbly, all over the place. So I asked her, is this your first time at Basco? And she said, yes. And I was like, okay, that is why. You know, so people were very excited. People were genuinely happy to be part of, you know, the whole trip. And the fact that they also had the opportunity to serve other people, you know, sometimes when it's work, you know, it comes with your supervisor telling you what to do, the manager telling you what to do. But this time around, you know, when it comes to projects like these, Easter Orphan Project and Help a Christmas Child, we allow people to put their names down. You know, so staff members are allowed, if you want to join this, because we are going to do beyond what ordinarily we would do. You know, it means you probably will have to carry a child, you have to spend time with them. These may probably be not the children that on a normal day you will hang out with, okay? There are some of these children that you won't even find them to hang out with them until you get to their space. And so staff members who went there, I must say, really did a fantastic job. You know, everybody was there to serve. Everyone was there to make sure that we put smiles on the face of the people. We mingle with the children, to eat with them, break into the mentorship sessions. You know, when we always go to Basco, they have this girls that they do, you know, and we all look forward to the girls. So even before I go, I asked Richard, so today is the all coming on. And he says, of course, there's the attraction when you come here. And so it was there, we all do this together, you know, we danced with them. And I'm sure that at the end of the day, you personally feel fulfilled.
I was watching the Kumasi one, and I just saw how, you know, the staff were eating with them, you know, dancing with them. Joyce was there boogieing. I was like, hey, I didn't know Joyce could make moves like that, you know.
You know, we go in there to spend the day with them. And as I mentioned earlier, it's not an issue of just go there, we have these things, we donate to you, we don't really want to get too close, you know, that kind of segregation is there, and okay, these people. No, we go in there, we sit with them, we mingle with them.
As human beings.
Of course, you know. And I think that some of these gestures, you know, are what really give these children hope. The fact that they see people who are okay in society come there, do not despise them, do not look down on them, but are prepared, you know, to eat with them. They're prepared to spend time with them and make them also feel very much belonging.
Loved.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm going to cut you because we have Diana Ngon, who is on the line, and she is our Northern Region correspondent. Hi, Diana.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
All right, so tell us, what was the experience like yesterday at the Tamale Children's Home?
Children's Home, yeah. It was mad fun yesterday at the Tamale Children's Home. The staff, the children, they were, in fact, children from the community joined in the celebration, and we all had fun. So right from 8:30 when we started setting up, we had children come in to support us and pack. The small ones were dancing to the tunes already even before we could start. So after we finished the setup, we finally commenced around 8:30, between 8:30 and 9, we had started everything. Yesterday wasn't for any formal long speeches, so the home welcomed us, and we started with dancing, other activities like cake and art, and in fact, the children and the staff, like the city team, we all participated in these games. It wasn't just the children doing it by themselves. And actually, it was the first time, according to the caretakers, they interacted with donors and the children like that. Because most people will come and it is just the formal presentation to management and living. And the children, they don't even get to see the children. Sometimes they just take pictures with management and leave. But yesterday, it said was an exceptional day for them. And I believe it will linger on in their minds for, a very long time.
Right.
Because they eat the food, the caretakers actually were scared to eat with them because the usual thing they see is just people coming in to give them presentation and sometimes food to their children. In the less that when they even bring us the surplus, they take it back. But for us yesterday, they ate with us. They were so grateful, like, we made the atmosphere relaxed for them because there was music. They were all in. In fact, when it was time for us to leave, some of the children were stuck on us. Aww. There was an emotional moment at the end, but we had to leave. And they hope that this will not be just the only time will come, like subsequently we will visit them in their home.
Okay, so how do you think that this visit actually impacted the children and the staff of the orphanage?
So on occasions like Christmas, Easter, they are often left alone because they are in the home, they do not have the resources to marry. And so if people like us, what we did yesterday, it's actually a big deal for them. And just not keeping them in their cells, but bringing them out to also feel loved and belong in the society. You know, sometimes some of these children face stigma, and seeing us there to interact with them freely and not restricting ourselves was like, it's a moment they will never forget, actually. So for the impact psychologically, I think it will really help them from that, to take them from themselves and also let them know that there are people out there who love them, who are ready to support them anytime.
Okay. All right, Diana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right. So that was our colleague Diana Ingwan, who is with our Tamale office there. Now, we want to say a big thank you to the partners who partnered us. Let me just make mention of these names here. We want to say a big thank you to Wilma, to Access Bank, to Standard Water, to Coca-Cola, to Bell Aqua, to Bell Beverages, to Interplast, to Dano Milk, to Far East Mercantile, to Volta Ghana, to Freight Consult, to ICGC Prayer Temple, Suhum number 1, to Rainbow Trust Foundation, to Golden Exotics Limited, and to Bread Boutique. Thank you so much for partnering us here at Citi TV and Citi FM. And also a huge, huge, huge thank you to all listeners and viewers of Citi TV who sent us Momo, you send us your checks to just make sure that it will be possible for this year's Easter Orphan Project to be a reality. All right, now we're going to wrap up with Frema. Frema, so in summation, it's been a good Easter Orphan Project.
Yes, yes, it has been fantastic, and you've already mentioned some of our donors, you know, the individuals who sent in money. No, we can't list everyone, but we were able to do that because of your support, and so we say a very, very big thank you to all the staff who made time, you know, to go spend their Easter Monday with, you know, someone called me yesterday and said, oh, I wanted to do this. I said, I'm at work. He said, at work? I said, yes, I'm in Troto. You know, where is that? I said, you know, in Suhum on the Easter Orphan Project. I said, oh, yes. And then he was like, Bachale, on an Easter Monday. I said, yes, but that is what sacrifice.
Yeah. And that's why we do it. Exactly.
Absolutely. That is what sacrifice. You know, sacrifice.
It's actually a correct representation of Easter.
Yes. And that is what I mean. If somebody could die, you just going to visit a needy child. It's nothing compared to that sacrifice.
Exactly.
And for me, you can't say you are sacrificing when you're in your comfort zone.
True.
Something must give for you to have a great opportunity in terms of sacrifice. And so we say a very big thank you to all our donors, those who sent in their cash and also goods for us to be able to embark on this year's Easter Orphan Project. And we also say that, look, when we call for such programs, you know, sometimes it's not because you have it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it probably would be a seed you are sowing to open a bigger door, you know, for you. So you realize that, like I mentioned earlier, the God bless you, the thank you, you have no idea the doors they are opening for you. So, you know, just add this to your giving back to society, that anytime we have projects like these, you know, the Easter Orphan Project, Help a Christmas Child, let's all come together. Forget about the fact that, you know, a certain business somewhere is organizing this and all that, and look at the human aspects of this, you know, the fact that we all need to come together to take care of the less privileged in society. Somebody must lead this charge, you know, but the rest of us can all be part of it and make sure that these children also grow up to be, you know, influential people and people of good standing in society.
You know, I mean, I like reading scriptures. And I'll read this one.
No, you are not sophomore.
I'll read this one.
I feel like a pastor.
So, Psalm 41, verse 1 to 3 says, blessed are those who have regard for the weak. Think about what it's saying. Another version says the poor. Blessed are those who have regard for the weak. People who cannot hold their own. People who can't support themselves. The Lord delivers them in times of trouble. The Lord protects them and preserves them. They are counted among the blessed in the land. He does not give them over to the desires of their enemies. The Lord sustains them on their sickbed and restores them from their bed of illness. This is the blessing that comes to those who have regard for the weak.
Oh, yes. You know, and when you give to such people, don't forget that they are always praying for God to bless you. So you can always be a blessing to them. In this regard, in your down moments, God is looking at your impact in the lives of these children and the fact that so much is going to go amiss if you are not there. And so, you know, sometimes it's not all about, you know, you have it in abundance and you're given. You might not even have it. But
that
you
sacrifice,
also sacrifice, you know, and share the little that you have, you know. I mean, when Jesus was preaching to the multitude, it was just a small boy who said, I have
this is all that I have. This is all that is there.
This is what I have. I don't know what, I mean, in human terms, you ask, but look at the crowd. What are we going to do with it?
But that's what the disciples said. What is this?
You get it.
With so many people.
Yes. And that act was recorded in the Bible. And so it means that it was a very significant gesture that we all need to follow. And so when we call on you, please, open your doors,
Yeah.
support. We can't just do it all alone.
Sure.
We will depend on you. We will fall on you.
Absolutely.
We will come back next year.
Oh, yes, we
so
will.
Please start
We will
preparing, you know, to open your doors to us because we will be there.
Right.
And I always say that whether it's 5 CDs, 50 CDs, 500 CDs, or 5,000, you know, there are different categorizations, but nothing is ever too small.
Absolutely.
And so even if it's 5 CDs, send it.
Sure.
Because it adds to something.
You know,
make
over the years,
Yeah.
when you go to Basco, we have constructed their technical area, you know, where they do their masonry, where they do their carpentry and all that. We provided that structure. We've also built the girls' dormitory.
The hostel,
We've also constructed the
borehole
for them, one for the school and another for the community. You know, so all these little monies come together. Maybe your money is not the one that we are going to use to buy the tank, you know, or pay the contractor. But your money probably will be the one that we buy.
To buy the cement bag, exactly.
Maybe your 10 cedis is what we used to buy the nails that were, you know, used for the beds.
But you need
and all
nails.
that. But we need nails. You know, we need sand. We need water. In fact, the laborers who are working probably will go and buy wachi. Maybe your money is the wachi money. You know, so every little amount counts. You know, we are not asking you to go and build a boys' dormitory for them. But let's all join forces and let's collectively do something for them.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're as good a host as you are. You're also a great guest. So we like it like that. All right. Thank you. This has been the community development segment, and thank you very much to Frema Adunyame.